If there is one hilarious thing that we can take from UFC 241, it's the post-fight questions. Do you know that you finished DC in the same spot that he was finished by Joe Jones? Really? So UFC 241 just ended 2 days ago to be exact, so it's safe to talk about this. But anyway, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it and would like to watch it, spoiler alert, I'm going to talk about the results and discuss them, basically my thoughts on UFC 241. So you have been warned. As for those of you that already seen it and clicked on this video, obviously you're expecting spoilers, so here goes. I will talk about the three main fights, Romero versus Costa, my favorite, followed by Diaz versus Showtime Pettis, and last but not least, DC versus Miocic 2. So let's start with the first one, which is Romero versus Costa. I was shocked, to my horror, to see Romero gets dropped in the first few seconds. I believe it was first minute or so. I know that Costa is a finisher. He's a huge dude, juicy as well. So I was expecting him to land some good shots, but Romero always ate head kicks and good punches like it was nothing. So I was really shocked to see Romero gets dropped, but he stood up and dropped Costa at the same time, and I was real overjoyed. I thought he would finish him, but Costa recovered. To his credit, he recovered very well, and the fight continued. Now the fight, Costa was landing more shots, but Romero landed the harder shots. In my opinion, Costa won the first round, not by much, although he was dropped. So if you're judging by damage, I think Costa took more damage in the first round and throughout the whole fight. So yeah, I think Romero landed the harder shots throughout the whole fight, but based on shots landed and aggressiveness, Costa was supposedly winning the first and a half. The second half of the second round, Romero took off, and I think he was clear winner in the third. I was expecting this to be a decision in favor of Romero, or at least a draw. I was shocked that all three judges scored it to Costa. Yes, he landed more shots, but he took more damage, and I think Romero was the aggressor in the second part of the second and the third, but the judges saw it different, and this is really a shame because Romero always seems to lose the wrong kind of decisions. This is the second decision he lost. The previous fight against Whitaker, everybody thought he was won, and this fight, based on the booing, a lot of people scored it for him as well. So there is that. What's next for him? I'm not sure. Move to light heavyweight, although he was doing really great, and made weight. I think he should have been more aggressive in the third. He was like toying with Costa, something you don't do in a fight. I think he thought that he had the decision, so he was toying. I don't know why, sticking his tongue. There were parts where I think he would have finished him, or at least had him very badly hurt. When Costa was against the fence, then Romero told him to come in the middle. I don't know why, since Costa didn't do the same thing more than once actually. Romero was a bit arrogant, and his arrogance cost him the fight. That's my opinion, and I saw a few people on Reddit agree with me as they share the same opinion. I could be wrong, but I think that Romero's arrogance ultimately costed him the fight that he should have won. Yes, he got dropped in the first, but I think that was like a surprise punch. He ate punches and kicks after that and landed good shot. Now credit to Costa. He took them well, but he was started to fade by third. If it was a 5-rounder, he would have lost. But enough talk about if or should or could. Romero lost by decision. I don't think he can do anything to reverse it. I don't know, man, but it's a shame to see Romero, and he's 42 years old, by the way. It's a shame to see him lose two decisions that should have been his for one reason or another. But that's the fighting game, I guess. Now moving on to the second fight, which is Diaz versus Showtime Pettis. I don't have much interest in this fight, but I was surprised to see Diaz back after 3 years in good shape, and he basically destroyed Showtime. It was a one-sided beatdown. Pettis tried to basically roll with him on the ground, but was getting destroyed and almost submitted. It was a one-sided beatdown. I will not get into this fight much longer, but I can say this. Diaz deserved to fight McGregor. or anyone for the #1 contender spot. But I think he should fight Conor. Conor needs a tune-up fight, and if this version of Diaz shows up, I think Conor is in trouble. And if Conor was able to finish him, then he deserves a crack at Khabib again. We should see what happens since Conor doesn't fight anymore, and it's great that to see back Diaz after 3 years in great shape. But the man is always training, so that's no surprise to anyone. Good fight, Diaz. He was impressive. And finally, moving to the last fight for the heavyweight title. Stipe Miocic rematches DC. DC destroyed him in the first fight. Yes, some people say, including myself, that eye pokes had a lot to do with it. He even tried eye poking in the second fight, which just happened. A win is a win, I guess. He destroyed the heavyweight GOAT, arguably the heavyweight GOAT, since Miocic had 3 successful title defenses, no less against Francis Ngannou, which is a monster at heavyweight. So Miocic deserved this rematch, the rematch, and as soon as the fight started, I was really worried that Miocic is gonna get killed the same way again, because he fought exactly the same way. He was getting hit with hard shots and elbows, but he somehow survived and dragged it to the 4th round, but not before getting slammed and almost finished. Almost finished is a bit harsh, I think, but he was in big danger, and if DC had landed those bombs while he was on his back, I think he would have been out. But likely he survived, he scrambled, he survived, and the fight went to the 4th round. Well, a lot of people saw DC win a decision. Suddenly, he comes back, lands a few shots to the body. DC gets hurt, he cracks him with the right, drops him and finishes, to the surprise of a lot of DC fans. I was 50-50, I was like, okay, he's eating bombs, eventually he's gonna get dropped. But when he started landing the body shots, I thought that he might have a chance as DC started to slowly fade. Like, I was talking to my brother and said to him, I think there's a chance that DC gasses by the 3rd, the way he gassed against Silva. Silva managed to land a good kick on him, but this time he gasses, get finished. My prediction came true. I wouldn't say he fully gassed, but he was slowing down. He said he was conserving energy and he was not worried about getting punched. He had no respect for Miocic's power, which is a huge mistake at heavyweight. If he fought this way against Francis Ngannou, he'd been KO'd in the first 5 seconds. You don't toy with your opponent. I think DC also got arrogant since he was landing bombs and slamming Miocic. He got overconfident that he won the first time and he's slamming him again. And no respect for Miocic's stand-up. Although Miocic hit hard, he was overconfident and was surprised with body shots and the shots that put him away. To his credit, he handled the loss like a gentleman, better than he handled the loss to Joe Jones, because he hated Joe Jones, so it was a bit better. But he lost to the surprise of a lot of people. Miocic was getting dominated for the first 2. I thought he started to pick up the fight at 3rd and definitely 4th before the KO. He was landing good shots. So yeah, it's not like he was losing and suddenly with a lucky punch he turned the fight. No, he was picking the pace, and DC started to let go of the gas pedal, and what happened. Now the fights I would like to see upcoming for both men is for Miocic to face Joe Jones. Enough Joe Jones, you clean the division. Some say it's a weak division where old middleweights retire. You prove the point, you're the best there. Come to heavyweight where you belong. Face Miocic for the title directly, no problem. As for DC, he should fight Francis Ngannou for the #1 contender. Whoever wins gets a crack at Miocic. If Ngannou wins, he deserves it. And if DC wins, yeah, he has a legit reason to fight Miocic again. These fights is what I would like to see and I think are the right decision. So anyway, those were my thoughts on UFC 241. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Were you surprised? Were you expecting a different fight? Let me know in the comment section. Like this video if you like it. Subscribe for more upcoming content, and I'll talk to you in my next video.